Okay, folks, we are back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show, 9:07 in the morning. And Josh showed people how they can contact our show. If you ever want to get in contact with us, there's our phone number, email address, and all the ways you can follow us on social media. Let me do a couple shout outs, okay? First of all, I was not in the studio yesterday. I want to give a big shout out to Rick and Jane. Tell me right now that they do not need their own weekly show. They just do. Those guys are amazing, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. And the only special interest group that I'm beholden to is you. I love that from the president. I took you'll be able to see here the other night, and I'm going to tell you about it. I took like 4 pages of notes during the president's re-election campaign kickoff. And I was not able to share them yesterday, but let me say this. You guys out there are the best friends, and I mean all viewers. All of you send me encouraging words, okay? When I need help, I make phone calls, people just step in. And now, I understand Superman Donald Trump. Sometimes I did last week, I did play-by-play on 11 baseball games for Dizzy Dean, 12-year-old Park and Rec. I did 11 play-by-play games from Thursday to Monday night. Enjoy all my new friends there, all you great baseball players out there. Then the morning show, last Thursday night, we got done. I got home 11:30, up in the morning watching all the media, and we were at Sycamore Crossing. Josh and myself were at Sycamore Crossing, ready to go with a live show Friday morning. So when I step in, when I call friends and say, you do me a favor, I can't say enough. So Rick and Jane stepped in for me yesterday. I'll just say it like this. You guys are all family out there. So I called Rick. I said, hey, can you do the show Wednesday? He says, why? What do you got going on? Because usually Rick and Bruce will step in and do the show when I go to a Board of Commissioners meeting or whatever. And he said, why? What do you got going on? You got a commissioners meeting or something? I said, no. I'm gone. I got by Tuesday night. Monday, we finished up the baseball. Tuesday, we did the show in the morning. And then Tuesday night, I went down to Canton. I'm going to talk about that, to be with a whole group of great Americans down there, the president's team. And I just said, Rick, by Wednesday morning, I'm out. I got to check out. I got to give a break. I say this jokingly. It's not exactly the way it happened. I asked the doctor. I said, hey, doctor, how can I get my voice back? He said, shut up. There you go. Umpire asked me the other night, he turned around at the fence and he looked at me because we're set up right behind the umpire. And he looked at me, and he's a great guy, and he looked at me, he said, do you talk in your sleep? There you go. So that being said, thank you. I think Rick and Jane need their own show. I absolutely do. Those two were great together. Jane's a lot of fun. Rick is a great host. So now let's move along from all the mushy stuff. I mean, that was way too much. That was heartfelt, sensitive. Holy crap. Who in the hell am I, right? Now, moving right along, Tuesday night, I went down to Canton. I didn't get a chance to talk about it. And a lot of you had watch parties. Let me go with that. My sister in Pennsylvania, they had their watch party. Watch parties in Savannah. I want to give a big shout out to Jeannie Seaver down there in Savannah. Gilmer County GOP big watch party. All over the United States, there was watch parties. Rooms were filled. Media, what are you hearing? And here's the reason I'm bringing this up. I like to talk about things to give us the confidence that we need to go into 2020, okay? Cindy, and I'll put her right out there, she hit me with an email a while back when I sounded on the show pessimistic. I sounded. And I got an email, and I don't have it in front of me, like, hey, we look for you to be optimistic. We look for you. Look, I'm going to be realistic. I'm going to tell you the truth when we got to get to work. I'm going to tell you the truth when things don't look great. Okay. It don't look so great. Okay. Going to do that. But right now, what I'm trying to do is bring to you the things that we need to focus on and not worry about the polling. We will be behind on the polling all the way to election night. The only polling we will be able to count on, Republicans out there, conservatives, is when they melt down on election night and the map of the United States of America is red. Okay, red map. There you go. I'll throw it up there for you. And they have to declare Donald Trump once again president of the United States. That's the only polling you and I are going to be able to count on. So what will the media not tell you? You know, that's my focus on a daily basis, the media. They won't tell you about the watch parties. Where are you seeing big news on all across this country? I mean, California, I bet in New Jersey, I bet there was not a state in the United States of America, all 54 of them for Barack Obama, okay? I bet there was not one state that did not have watch parties, plural, no matter how blue they are. That messes them up. They're not counting that data. They're talking about 25,000 filling an arena. They're not talking about the 20,000 outside. They're not talking about the hundreds, millions of people that had watch parties. So I go down to Canton, and I like the president's team. I love my local Gilmer GOP. Katie, love you down there at Pickens GOP, fan, and all of you. But I have been going down to this group in Canton almost every month called the President's Team. Maria Cox is amazing. If you would come down to one of the meetings, all right, I would love for you to come down and see this genuine person, Maria Cox, never stops working. She loves her president with a passion. She works on a daily basis to do everything she can to reelect the president of the United States. We had over 100 in the room at the watch party, the president's team in Canton, over 100. And what was amazing to me that I enjoyed, I think I shared this with Rick yesterday on the phone, is at the watch party, I could not actually tell where the chant was coming from because it was like we were there. We had the big screen TVs everywhere, okay? And if you attended a watch party, you're going to know what I'm talking about. And when they started chanting in the crowd, okay, USA, our watch party broke out with the same chant. Like we were there. It was amazing. I mean, I know I'm going over the top, okay? When they broke out and lock her up, I may have chanted it too. I may have said, lock her up. I may have. But it was there and it was great, okay? No media is talking about the watch parties. No media is talking about how enormous. Now, I want to ask you a question, and I will move on from this, all right? It was amazing, and I was sitting, I can't pronounce his last name. You could see my picture. Can you do me a favor, Josh? Could you go to my Facebook page and find my picture with Conrad? You can go to mine or it's Conrad. You're not going to miss it. I swear you're not going to miss it when you go down my Facebook page. I'm at the watch party with this guy, Conrad. He's amazing. If you do that, just pop it up if you can find it, buddy. So we're sitting there, and I'm looking. Conrad is an amazing, intelligent man. Just an amazing guy, all right? I'm going to say he's in his 70s, okay, somewhere there, okay, maybe late, mid-70s, whatever. A brilliant guy, very involved in politics. And we were both talking. And Conrad's in his 70s. He looks at me and he says, I've never seen nothing like this in my entire life. Entire life. And I said, yeah, Conrad. I said, I've never seen anything like this. Now, if you think about it, folks, on the convention floor, right? on the convention floor, when the Republicans have a convention or Democrats, whoever, but on the convention floor, when your nominee comes out, all right, and it's that last night of the convention, and the nominee comes out and they are just doing a speech to get everybody fired up, right? It's the last night. You're there. There you go. That's my buddy Conrad. Now, Conrad's got his we're at the watch party. I love this guy, okay? He's got his Make America Great hat on. He's got his button on. He's got Don't Trust the Liberal Media. He's got a sign front and back. It's hanging on his back. Love this guy. Don't believe the liberal media. So that's, you can leave Conrad up. That's the watch party. We're having fun. So I look over. Thanks, Josh. I look over and I say, Conrad, the only time I've ever seen anything like this or close to this is the convention night, the last night of a convention where everybody's fired up. He said, yeah. So I called yesterday. I called my 78-year-old mother and I said, Mom, she's 78. I said, Mom, did you watch the president last night? This is what my mom said. My mom said, did you get a note saying I died? What the heck? Mom, really? She said, did you get a message saying I died? No, Mom. Well, then why did you ask me if I watched the president last night? Okay, Mom. All right, fine. So then I said, did you watch it at home? Why, heck no, I didn't watch it at home. I went to a watch party. So my mom goes to a watch party. She said she went through the room and every young person there, she stopped them and said, kids, you need to understand. I'm 78 years old. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Now, these are people who've been involved. You got to understand, my mom has pictures of her and Trent Lott. Ooh, God forbid, right? She has pictures of her and Kemp. What was Kemp's name that ran with Bob Dole? Okay. She has pictures of her and Kemp, Jack Kemp. My mom's got pictures I've showed with her and, the young Lindsey Graham. My mom's got pictures of being at the San Diego. Remember the Republican convention in San Diego when Bob Dole was our nominee? I'm talking Conrad on the screen. My mom, 78. These people know. And my mom said, I've never seen anything like this. She went to the convention in New York. They've gone to conventions their whole life. I've never seen anything like this. Folks, we are in good shape. So for those that are waiting for my optimistic view, we are in amazing shape thanks to no one else, ready, than Donald J. Trump. So when Donald Trump gets up and he gets a little like some people don't like this. I love it. And he says, hey, things are going well. And then he looks, he says, but I've done a good job. I love it. He has. You realize they showed up the other night. We're doing well for only one reason. Donald J. Trump. Second, he will have the kind of coattails, I promise you, he will have the kind of coattails that we can win back, the House of Representatives. Now, here's the great thing. It will be the House that Trump built, period. That's what you're running with, the House that Trump built. We can win it back. Now, we can't have our coward, scared to death, safe place Republicans running around, scared to death. We can't have it. You're going to have to grow a set and get out there. We have to work, you and I. This is our chance. We're going to have to work. Don't waste time. When you get a Democrat out there and you could tell at home in their closet, they have a genitalia-shaped hat, and you can tell that, move along. Don't spend your good time trying to convince them of anything. Don't do it. Don't get in a fight with them on social media. Don't go nuts with them. But you find Republicans and independents, and you talk about Democrats are the party of no solutions. And I think I'm going to write a no solution article, And I don't even have to tell you, there's no solutions. They've had no solutions to the border, no solutions to immigration, no solutions whatsoever to inner city poverty, no solutions for veterans, no solutions for the homeless, absolutely no solutions. Donald Trump gets up every morning in his life since becoming president of the United States, and he looks to solve something. You may not like it. He looks to solve it. But I'm going to go on past that. I will get back to it in a minute. The time is running out. I didn't want to get this far into it. One, I didn't get to say it yesterday, but Sarah Huckabee Sanders coming up. When is the last time you've seen a campaign rally where the press secretary, Dana Perino, now we're not going to go down the road of my I don't like the word tolerate, because that's what Democrats want me to do, tolerate everything. But I'm not going to go down on my road of tolerating Dana Perino, but I don't care for her, okay? Dana Perino would have never got the jeers and the cheers and the ovation at Sarah Huckabee Sanders, okay? Do you think when Obama was running, he ever brought one of the press secretaries up there? No. Name the last time a White House press secretary, a rock star, a woman with 3 kids, a career woman with 3 children and a family that has knocked it out of the park for us, the American people, as press secretary, stood on a stage and got that kind of ovation. Sarah, we hope you go. I tell you right now, she wants to go home, because what happens in Washington, D.C., she loves the president. She loves her job, but it is stressful. But what happens in Washington, D.C., you wake up one morning and you got, your kids are wackos. Sorry. And you're sitting there saying, how the hell did my kids turn out to be wackos? Well, you raised them in Washington, D.C. So she's got to get them back to Arkansas, She's got to get them down there to Little Rock, get them in the pool, get them, for the hot springs, all right? And she's going to run for governor. I'm going to take a break so I can wrap up the day. I did not mean to get off on that, but amazing night. Absolutely amazing Tuesday night. And I wanted to get to say it. And yes, I support my president 100%. And the only special interest group I have is you. Take us a break.